Well, what we're looking at today was a potential death trap. That piece, somewhere the pin just fell out, but you can tell. Just got it uncut and there's still a little warm, but that little piece there kind of tore out, wore out. Goes on this here trailer, so I'm going to replace that today for a customer. Brand new one right here. And yeah, got it all scarfed off. Gonna proceed to clean that up a bit and weld it back on. But what I got today over here is a brand new toy. I'm gonna do a little review on it, I guess. See how that goes, but it's an emp215 IC ESAB. Haven't run much ESABs before, so I said, well, might as well give it a try. It does everything, so I've tried it out on a stick already, but it seemed to run pretty smooth. One thing I don't like is if that little piece there, that's your gas valve. I wish I would have put a little rubber plug or something you could throw in there. Keep the trash out of it. Same way up here, and I could have put a little boot over your remote, so because I know when I'm stick welding it, things can get a little ugly. So would have been nice, but I'll try to keep her safe and maybe tape that up a little bit too. Keep it out of the drive rollers, but for the most part, seems like a decent little unit. I could carry it into different shops like this, and it makes it easy when it only weighs, I think it says it weighs 60 pounds, if that. So throw it around real easy and throws right in the back of the truck. But we're going to give it a go. See how she runs. It's some real work. So she's all hooked up to the power now. You got her little button in the back, turn her on. And get this little screen. It's not too bad, but luckily it tells you right there, don't have your Mig Gun plugged in. So all of us who've run multi-process before knows that they'll blow a hole in your cup if you're not careful. So trust me, I've done it. So I think you do that. Oh, you do that. So that's off. And we're going to go to see what the heck we're... Yeah, all electrodes, that's fine. I'm going to be using 2 of them anyways. I think... Yeah, that might be our hot start. Yeah, hot start. So 15%, we'll try that. I have run hot start before and I love it. So, for all the piping, I just wish this button wasn't so snappy. Got a bad case of the shakes usually, so go here, and there, we're good. 96, yeah, that'll work. So I'm running 1/8, 60/10, and 332, 70/18 on this. It's only a 1/4 inch, so we'll go with. So we'll give it a go. We got it all somewhat lined up, and gonna get ready to tack her on. Well, I got her all tacked up now. I'm gonna see what I can do with one hand. A little bit shaky. Maybe that fan kicking on there. It's smooth. Still haven't done those yet. I would take it out of dumb mode, but usually doing it right. There we are. I'll try it down on that one. Let's see. Yeah. Not bad at all. Shaking like a son of a bitch. That's coming out pretty good. I'll do the rest, see how it does on the verticals. Seems like it's running a little hotter. It should be, but that's usually the same with all new machines, so I'll turn it down a bit, maybe 90 or 80, 88, something like that. But I will have to screw around with that 60/10 because it wasn't doing like I think it should have. But all in all, it wasn't bad, so I'll see what I can do with that 60/10. So, well, she's all back on there. Well, oop, missed the butt. There you go. This leg seems to come off pretty easy, so verticals don't run too bad. I mean, half that skill anyway, so. And I adjusted down to 60-10. Those are just chain holders, I guess, so might as well do what they had. But put those on. I put it on 60-10. That seemed to really make a difference on that, so I'd definitely do that whenever you do, unless you want to. You could probably screw with the arc force a little bit and change it to where you could run both without having to adjust it, but for the most part, I mean, it's so small that you just take it wherever you're working, and that's really what sold it on me, because when you're in a plant or something, you gotta drag your machine with you or drag a few 100 feet of lead, so I'd rather take that little suitcase around. Nice thing is, I mean, it's about the size of the LN25. When I saw it, I said, wow, I gotta have that thing. So yeah, there's first little trial of it. Runs stick great, so she didn't kick down on power, ran smooth, so not bad at all. And just a few little things I would have changed on it. Maybe come with a little shoulder strap, carry it up the ladder, but maybe the little, if they have a stick only unit, they probably have something a little better, a little bit smaller. But the other thing is on it too, which I wish they would have done, is down in here. So on here, this cover picks up, locks in, and that's your little spool holder. Which I might do is somewhere, yeah, probably through the top, drill a little hole and make up an adapter up here so I can run one of the 44-pound, well, whatever they are, the big spools. Just have a little rack up here that you can set your bigger spools on that feeds down in, because a lot of times you only got 10 pounds to work with, which ain't a bad thing, but a lot of times I like to just get a big spool. I think it's cheaper anyways where I get them from, and harder to find those little tiny guys. But aside from that, I tried the Mig Gun a little bit. Ran just a bead on it. Seemed to run pretty good. Might do another video or whatever on that, see how that goes, and see how many people actually watch my stuff. But aside from that, I did see on Baker's Gas, they did a overview of it where you push in the Mig Gun. You really want to make sure that's down in there, because it takes quite a bit of force that first time. Probably second time it's alright, but first time around I was getting a heck of a lot of prosody. I know what I did, so it's like, oh shit, should have paid a little more attention to the guy. But yeah, you push it in. Mig Gun's so-so. It'd be nice if it was on the nozzle head of it. The gooseneck was just a little bit longer. It seems like it's got like a club foot on it. It's kind of small. I like them long and skinny, so not too bad. I mean, consumables, you screw them in the cup kind of thing, but I guess that's their style, and it's not overly a problem. You know, I pretty much got this end of it for sheet metal work, and the other end is plant repair, so she should fill her purpose. I mean, it's a nice built unit. Seems to be rugged. FC in a year down the road or so, you know, hopefully it'll last like the other Millers and whatever, 20 some years. So good little unit, besides a few little touch-ups, and I like it. Haven't tried the TIG yet, but that'll be soon. Might have to do a sat pan with it. So if it runs stick, it should do TIG just fine. But there's plenty of, as soon as you get out of all that smart mode, let me turn it off here. There you go. You can turn your leads off. That's a nice little feature there. So we all been dragging leads before and sparky down the way. Yeah, it's a little touchy. Yeah, it's got all your MIGs and flux core, and never touch that. But in your settings, you could turn it into the dumb mode. Lift TIG, that's nice. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. So in your parameters here, you got up slope and down slope. That's nice because you get your pre-flow and post-flow out of that. You could kind of drag it out a little bit longer, and if you're doing stainless, you really got to focus on your pre-flow and post-flow to purge it out. So I'll be screwing around with that a little bit, but that's a very nice feature for a machine like this. At least you don't have to turn it off and on with your torch itself. So yeah, and get out of that memory, whatever, home. Give me back. So yeah, stick runs great. Mig not bad. So nice little unit though. So I'd like to show a little size comparison of the two. That's just a Lincoln 255 standard size unit for most shops anyways, like fab shops. Too big to really leave the shop. But here's a little ESAB. So it's probably about a third of the size and definitely more than a third of the weight. But that's usually the standard for most shops anyways, and that's where they stay. Or this, you got the portability. I forgot to show this too on the MiG. So here you can also do your pre-flow and your post-flow and a few other things, spot, burn back, whatever, but mainly these two options here, which you really don't see in lower end machines, because like if you're doing stainless on MiG, that makes a huge difference on your coloration. So that's a cool little feature. But this all comes from a guy who's been a field welder most of his career, so I have a hard time, judging or listening to people that are bench welders and go, oh, look, it's beautiful. A lot of times you're like, well, try doing that on your head. So we'll see how it holds up for me and what I do, but that's mainly why I picked it out like this, because you get, machines designed for a shop. You can't spray them down with a hose, and apparently you could wash this down with a garden hose. Ain't gonna try it yet, but I know some of the millers usually they hold up pretty good with the water. Like I've had a 304 that got completely immersed, had it in a gang box, and filled up with water. I let it dry out, blow it out good, and still works to this day. So, and that was like probably 10 years ago. But the other cool thing is you hook to 110 power. So if you're up in a man basket or whatever, you can, instead of dragging lead, you could either drag an extension cord, or a lot of times they have power right in it. So you just leave that in the corner of the man basket, weld on whatever you got, and you can plug it into the ground power. Haven't tried that one yet, but that'd be a good little feature to try. So we'll see how it goes.